Are you having poor throughput and deliverability on legacy carriers like Twilio, Telnyx, Vonage, and bandwidth? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why that's happening and how you can avoid that with Signal House, the premier telecom provider for 10DLC A2P messaging. That's 10-digit long code. These are the phone numbers we all know and use every single day, where the first 3 digits correspond to a local area code. And application to person, that is essentially just saying that a business is able to send a message from a software application to a human being, to a cell phone of a person within the United States. Hi, my name is Will Craig. I'm a co-founder of Signal House, and as you know already, we specialize in 10DLC application to person, or A2P messaging. So let's talk about why these legacy providers are providing you with poor deliverability and poor throughput. Let's start with deliverability. Deliverability is something that's incredibly important because there's an ROI attached to every single message that you send. If you're sending 10,000 messages, but only 50% are getting delivered, you may as well just be sending 5,000 messages. It would actually save you money. So how does low deliverability play into this? Well, there's a couple different factors. One is that legacy providers like Twilio, Telnyx, Bandwidth, and Vonage all have specific filtering that they have in place. So they're looking at your messages and they are determining whether or not your messages are scam messages or spam messages. Now, Twilio in particular is extremely compliance heavy. They hate conversational messaging. They hate marketers. They hate marketing messaging. They want to see a message that says, your appointment is confirmed today at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's what messages they want to send on their network. If you're sending conversational messages, there's a potential that you could be a scammer or a spammer. So they throttle your messages. They let less of them actually get delivered to the end recipient. They also are going to be looking at your opt-out rates. If your opt-out rates are above 1 to 3%, they are killing your messaging, not letting anything get delivered. Now, if you're doing database reactivation, so let's say you have 10,000 people in your database, you haven't talked to them for a couple months, so you're just sending out a mass blast, you might have 1,000 out of that 10,000, 10% of people who just genuinely don't need to use your service anymore, so they opt out. The carriers and Twilio are going to see that and they're going to just kill your messaging. On Signal House, we don't do that. We don't have this filtration in place where we are blocking all of your conversational messages. Now, we're going to protect you from messages that could get your campaign shut down. They're called Sev0 messages. These are messages that the carriers have deemed as potentially harmful. So things like excessive swearing or alcohol, firearm, tobacco, things of that nature, or explicit images, we are going to block those messages. That can happen in like an account takeover situation, for example. But in general, we are not going to filter your conversational messages because you should be able to reach your customers and communicate with them because you want to build trust with them, and trust is the currency with which business deals are done. So we enable you to have the ability to do that. Now, let's go on to the filtration part of it. Your message is getting filtered. Your throughput is less. You are sending less than what you're actually allowed to send on that specific campaign that you have registered. So let's say, for example, you have a standard campaign. You should be able to send 240 SMS segments per minute. You should be able to send 150 MMS messages per minute to AT&T, and you should be able to send 2,000 daily segments to T-Mobile. But some of these legacy providers will throttle your messages. They'll limit you to one message every 10 seconds, for example. This kills your messaging throughput. If you are in a speed delete industry, if you have a blast that you need to get out to your customers to let them know about a incredible sale that you're doing or promotion that you're running, that's going to be delayed because your messages are going to be delayed. The legacy providers do this because they don't want to scale up their infrastructure because it costs them money. At Signal House, we do not do that. We only limit your campaigns what the carriers allow. So if you're able to send 240 messages per minute or segments per minute with AT&T, we let you send that throughput out. If you are able to send 4,500 segments per minute with AT&T, which you can through a process called standard vetting, we will also allow you to do that. We are here to protect your messaging. We only limit specific campaigns. Here's what the legacy providers will do. They might tell you that, yeah, we let you send, 10,000 messages per minute or something like that is what the cap is. What they're not telling you is that is for the entire account. So if you are a platform, if you are a reseller of SMS services, they might limit you to 10,000 total messages per minute. So if you have 10,000 customers all trying to send, they're going to get one message sent out per minute on a legacy provider. At Signal House, they're all going to be able to send out all of the traffic that they need to. That's just part of our guarantee of how we are different from these legacy providers. We don't limit your throughput. We don't arbitrarily filter out or fail your messages, and we provide unparalleled truth and transparency. So we provide you the exact message, whether it was delivered, failed, sent, and the reason for failure if it does fail from the carriers. We get it, we pass it directly through. The only processing we do on that is to clean up the reasons so they make sense to a layman. So we, remove all of the technical jargon and we translate it to something that would make sense for someone. That's all that we do. So we are here to protect your messages. We're here to provide you transparency. We're here to provide you with the throughput that you deserve and that you pay for as our customer. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you learned something about the messaging ecosystem. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Share it to someone who needs to see this. And if you want to reach out to our team and learn more, please do. sales@signalhouse.io. We are going to be posting videos a lot during the week. Hopefully 3 times per week is what our goal is. And we're going to be educating you on the messaging ecosystem and everything that you need to know about it. So I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, thanks so much.